Hello. Good evening. How's everyone doing? We're going to get into it in a couple minutes here. I just want to wait for the algorithm to do its thing. And whatever people are going to watch live, I want to make sure that they are able to check out the stream and watch live. I am having issues viewing the stream on Rumble for some reason. I don't know if it's just me, but Rumble seems to be having issues. So if you're going to plan on watching the stream, just do so on YouTube because Rumble is shitting the bed right now. I see a lot of people live on Rumble, but for some reason, oh, there I am now on Rumble. Okay. I guess you just need a long time to fucking get going. Now I can't. Okay, there it is. Now I can view the stream in real time on Rumble. Excellent. Okay, we're in business on both YouTube and Rumble. Thank you. All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 48 of Mix and Chill. I'm your humble host. In this stream series, we take a look and a listen to songs and sessions that I am currently working on. Now, sometimes they could be some of my old sessions from my college years. Sometimes they could be brand new shit that I'm working on. Tonight, we are finishing 2 mixes that I have been working on in the past couple of episodes. The first, we are going to finish the song Masquerade by the Smugz. And we are going to be finishing my version of Zaki Ali's song Rain. And this is going to be the final mix that I print to be my ultimate comparison between all digital and all analog mixing. And we're going to be finalizing the Smugz new song. That's the one we're going to tackle first because that is my current newest project that I'm working on that I am currently being paid for. So I don't have Coke Zero tonight. I went to the dark side. I have Pepsi Zero. And I have Zero Sugar Snapple. So I am double-fisted with beverages ready to go. But that's not the big exciting news here. Ready for a drum roll? Your boy is moving. This is going to be gone. This will no longer be my apartment. In fact, it's going to not be my apartment anymore in a couple of weeks. My chick and I just got approved for an apartment. I'm not going to say where because I don't need stalkers on the internet finding out where I live. But let's just say it is south of here. I currently live in Woodbridge. And we are going to be living, let's just say, in the greater Bordentown, New Jersey area. I'll say the general area of where we're at. It's about a 45-minute drive south of where I am off the turnpike. And we got approved for a place. It is a modern, brand new construction. It's a 2-bedroom, so I'm going to have one room dedicated to my audio gear over here, a desk, camera, workstation, monitors. We agreed that we have to have 2 bedrooms. So that if I'm working, she could be in the living room watching TV or whatever. And the rent is affordable enough that split between us, I'm going to be paying about $600 a month less than what I pay now to live fully here, including all utilities and all my living expenses. So I'm going to be saving $500 to $600 a month, which means that can go to paying off a lot more debt. That can go towards buying new shit. And that can go towards paying off the golf ASAP and get that Tesla. Or maybe just get the PA system that I've been wanting to get. I want to buy a lot of expensive shit. So this saving is going to be Nice. So I haven't been uploading content like in the last couple of weeks because we have been aggressively apartment hunting. And I have been so like hyper focused on finding a place that met all of our needs in the budget that we needed. Because she has needs for a place that I need to factor in. I haven't been uploading a lot of content, but here's the kicker, and here's the funny thing. This complex, they only have DSL internet. And they are contracted with perhaps the absolute worst company on this planet as far as consistency with internet, Xfinity. So I'm going to be sacrificing 1 gig per second up and down speeds, and I'm going back to DSL. So 4-hour upload times are coming back to the channel. So I'm going to be saying goodbye to my fiber internet that I've only had for 2 months. And I'm going to be going back to DSL. That is the one serious downside about this. But the apartment that we're getting, like I said, brand new construction, brand new facility. They have more than sufficient EV charging for if and when I do go Tesla. The amenities and the cost of living there is going to be $600 less than what I'm currently paying now to live here solo. And here is the best kicker. It is on the second floor, and it is the end unit of the whole complex. So we're going to be surrounded by trees, and 75% of the apartment is going to have windows open. So we're going to get nice cross breezes all the time. We're surrounded by woods. The only thing that's behind the complex that we're moving to is a senior living facility. So it's going to be quiet. And that's the best part about the whole thing, because I'm sure you guys have heard in videos past and streams past, there's a window right behind the camera. In fact, I'm going to try very hard and rotate the camera. I apologize if it disconnects, but I'm still here with you. There's a window right there that goes outside. Obviously, what window doesn't go outside? That window looks over my driveway, and right next to my driveway is a very very busy main street. And all the time, I hear people shouting, beeping their horns, crashes. I hear it all the time. We are living in a complex that is more enough away from the main street that it's on. It's not even the main street of the whole neighborhood. It's like 2 turns off the main road. And we're surrounded by farmland and warehouses that are quiet warehouses, surprisingly. So it's going to be quiet. My chick works nights, and I work obviously during the day. So I'm going to be... Someone's always going to be home to watch that little monster right there. You can... I don't know. There he is. You can see him right there. Someone's always going to be home to entertain that little monster. And she's deathly allergic to cats, but she's taking medicine because she knows I couldn't rehome this guy. I was looking for a new home for him, and I was ready to just surrender him to the shelter. But I couldn't do it. So, to my chick's credit, she's taking the medicine that will help her with her cat allergies. I'm going to be very strict with his grooming and cleaning. It's good. That's the big major update in the life of me. Another major update. Your boy has health insurance now. Your boy has health insurance. It took a very long time to get this. But And I have no shame in admitting this. I have no shame in admitting that the federal and state government is helping me significantly with my health insurance premium. I don't care in admitting this. Your tax dollars are helping fund my health care benefits. I do not make enough money to afford a $800 a month healthcare premium on my own. I just can't do it. So, through the state and federal government, I had to basically prove to them that I'm dirt poor. And they had to go through my tax returns, several other factors of clarification of my income. And even though I make a significant chunk of my money, which is cash, and I deposit the cash, they only need to see my official IRS sent returns, which is about half of what I actually make a year. So let's say if I made $300,000 a year or whatever, I only report $150,000. So hypothetically, of course, I wish I made $300,000 a year. But anyway, I am now able, with the help, to finally get a nice healthcare plan that will actually help with all of my shit. I am undiagnosed, but I know for a fact I have type 2 diabetes. I was a enormous, morbidly obese, fat piece of shit. So much so that, let me bring up the picture because I think it's been a long time since I've shown you guys this picture. That is me next to former Governor Chris Christie. And I don't know why the camera's not focusing, but whatever. It's blurry, but there's me. There's former Governor Chris Christie. And you know how fat he is. That's me standing next to him. And I took a picture with Chris Christie going, for once I can say I'm the thin one in the picture. And a lot of people, my friend Royce Lopez of Revenge of the Sis included, messaged me and they were like, yeah, dude, no, you can't. So I was 385 pounds and I let my body go to shit. I'm suffering now because I neglected my body and my health and I didn't go to the doctor. So because of undiagnosed, I know I have type 2, but I'm officially undiagnosed because a doctor hasn't diagnosed me. My gums are basically rotting away, and any wound in my legs or my feet take forever and a day to heal. For instance, last summer, around August, I stepped on a glass in barefoot, and it sliced my big toe open pretty deep. It still hasn't healed yet. It's still like a finger width hole in the bottom of my big toe. It's healing, but it's very, very slow. And that's because of type 2. Another thing, your boy is now going to start wearing eyeglasses. My cute hazel eyes, you know, as I blink here to flirt with whatever ladies or gentlemen are watching. My eyes are lighter colored. They're hazel. And for the longest time, I thought my eyes were just getting more sensitive to the light because people with lighter colored eyes are just naturally more sensitive. Turns out, thank God, my chick forced me to go to the eye doctor yesterday because I cannot see in front of me anymore on the road. I can see the signs. I know it says exit 150 or whatever, but the text itself is so blurry and out of focus. I have to know where I am essentially in order to read the signs. Otherwise, I have to rely on my GPS. It's especially worse at night. So I thought I was just nearsighted, but it turns out it's way worse than that. So we went to the eye doctor yesterday. I got vision insurance that I'm paying out of pocket for. It's like $10 a month. But I went to Warby Parker, got an eye exam, and the doc there basically said to me, as they looked inside my eye, oh, your blood vessels are bleeding all over the place. And we see that a lot of times with people with, and I'm like, wait for it, say the D word. And I interrupt her. I'm like, let me guess, diabetes. She said, yeah. I'm like, okay, just another thing. So, so my undiagnosed but absolutely still legitimately have type 2 diabetes is now eating away at my eyes, and if I don't take care of it, it will literally go to my central retina and it will destroy it, basically losing my vision. And that is a permanent. I am done. I cannot see ever again. I will be like Matt Murdock, and I will be blind. So that just scared the shit out of me because, I mean, I can read the text on my screen right now perfectly clear, but like even just sitting across the room, I could not read the text on the screen. And I thought I was just getting worse just because I'm almost 40 and I inherited my dad's vision. Not only did I inherit my dad's vision, but the diabetes is eating away the blood vessels in my eyes. So, yeah, that was a big scare. So I'm getting a prescription of progressive eye lenses. So basically the top half of the lens is going to be for nearsight so I can see farther away clearly. And the bottom half is going to be for reading so I can read shit up close. But I'm also getting the transition lenses. So they'll turn into sunglasses when I go outside. So I'm going to have to wear eyeglasses for the rest of my life. And the glasses arrive in a couple of weeks. So those are the big, huge updates. They're all good. I'm moving into a new apartment. I'm moving in with my chick. We've been together for 5 years, and it's been great. We're getting our own place together, and I get to bring Elvis, which is always good. And it is scary that my type 2 diabetes is slowly away destroying my body. You know, despite me eating right, exercising, losing weight. Like I said, I was 385. Now I'm hovering around 230. So it's not like, I mean, I'm still kind of big, but I'm not like morbidly obese anymore. Like I can do athletic shit again. I'm getting stronger every day. I mean, I'm nothing compared to my buddy Royce, but like I'm starting to see definition right here in my biceps for the first time. So I'm like, when I like flex, like I can also start to see muscle tone on my collarbone and my chest. I still got tits bigger than Asian women. I hate that, but I'm hoping that with enough what I'm doing, it will start to rot away that fat. But anyway, despite eating right, exercising, losing weight, living a healthier lifestyle, not eating garbage food every day, avoiding high carbs and sugar, avoiding salty foods, I still have type 2, and I need insulin and potentially other medications. So I am happy that I can actually go to a pediatrician now. I can go to my primary care physician, and he can order the blood work, which will tell the doctors exactly what insulin I need, exactly what they need to do with my blood sugar, how to take care of it, how to keep it under control. And I'll be able to get the medicine and the insulin and the other devices. I'm probably going to need to wear a patch on here that monitors my sugar at all times, but I don't care. I need to take care of my health. I've been doing a good job with diet and exercise, and I've been trying to get up earlier in the morning, do push-ups, do planks, walk around, get as active as possible. I've been doing so good at it. Like I said, I'm starting to see muscle tone. Like, I'm starting to see, like, tone in my biceps, which is awesome. But it's not enough to eliminate the type 2 diabetes. So when I when I measure myself, I have my device right here that measures my blood sugar. When I measure it after I eat, it hovers around 350, almost 400 when it spikes. That's how bad it is. When it's resting, I can't get it below 150. No matter what I do, no matter what I eat, No matter how much water I drink, no matter how much I space apart my meal, I cannot get my sugar below 150. That's the lowest it gets, and it rests on average at 175 and 200. For those of you who do not know where blood sugar is supposed to be, for someone my size, my age, and my weight, it should be around 100. So, I don't want to scare any of you, but, I mean, if you zoom in on my gums, especially on my lower jaw right here, they're rotting away. Like, I need extensive dental care. And I need to take care of my eyes. I would rather lose my teeth than lose my eyes. I can't lose my vision. So that's the biggest scare for me is I'm just not doing enough. But anyway, let me read some of the chat and then we'll get going with this because I've talked enough. Forest Mommy's checking in. Hello. What? You have a life and things to do? Yeah, I do, believe it or not. I have shit to do. I wish I can go your route, Forest Mommy, and marry a very rich person that will just spoil me and take care of me. I would love that. I'm jealous of your life. But I actually like being active. You know, now that I think about it, marrying someone rich and having all the money in the world, it's just me personally. Me personally, I always want to do something. That's why I don't like the word retire. Because if I ever, even if I make enough doing this where I can retire, I'm not going to retire. I'm going to be, if I even get that old, I'm going to be 75, 80 years old and still photographing houses and doing real estate. I'm still going to do it because I like working and I like doing it. Ace Man, congrats again. Your things in order and prioritizing your health. Been down that road myself a decade or so ago. Yeah, dude, if I'm not active on YouTube or uploading a lot of videos, it really is because my chick and I are just moving into a new place. We are getting acclimated. We're balancing our budget and shit like that, and we're adjusting to new life. So it will be a little bit before I start actively posting again. I have 3 videos ready to go, and on June 1st, I'm going to bombard you guys with uploads. And also next week, I will have a new Mixdown Meltdown episode. So you're going to get 5 videos in the span of 2 days next week. So I'm going to, trust me, content's coming next week. I'm also streaming tomorrow, and I'm also streaming Saturday, and I'm also streaming Sunday. So it's not like I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, I got to prioritize my health. GB audio and video. I did a multi-track recording. See, my vision right now, I can barely read the white text in Rumble Studio. I have to actually zoom in to be able to read it. I did a multi-track recording of the band I'm doing sound for, but I don't think the routing on their mixer was correct for the USB output. Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. Who fucked up the routing? You think you got it bad? I have 2 sets of glasses. One is bifocals, which means there is a slit at the bottom half of my glasses for nearsight. The other pair of glasses is for computer-only nearsight. This isn't a, who has it bad or who has it worse medically speaking. This isn't a who has it worse medically speaking dick measuring contest, but you're not losing your eyesight due to diabetes. So I'm literally, if I don't get this disease under control, if I don't get my type 2 diabetes under control, I am literally going to go blind. So this isn't a dick measuring contest, but if it is, yeah, yeah. I got it pretty bad right now. Jennifer, do you have another live stream lined up sometime this week? Yes, I literally just said it. So tonight we're going to do some mix and chill. Tomorrow is going to be a band at Artie's. I don't even know who the fuck's playing tomorrow night. Let me look that up real quick. Who is playing at Artie's tomorrow night? Let's see. Tomorrow, Flying Blind. Huh. My new favorite band if I lose my eyes. Flying Blind is let's see. What are they? Who are these people? That's what I want to know now. Who the fuck are these people? Flying Blind. Okay. Do we have reels? Yes, we have videos. All right, let's see what they're like. I mean, that is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool setup. I love the song. Good. This is a good song. This is a banger. Shut up and dance with me. Ooh, shut up. All right. They're tight. I'll give them that. That's a tight band. Let's see. What else did I got? Nope. All right, well, the singer has a good voice. I'll give him that. And the band sounds tight. So, especially if they play Shut Up and Dance With Me, that's going to fucking rule. I love that song. That is an instant pack the dance floor at the wedding song. So that's who's going to be at Artie's tomorrow night. I believe we will be inside. But the stage is set. The stage is built for outdoors. We just do not know if we're outside tomorrow night or not. I know Saturday, I won't be there, but Saturday is going to be outdoors. But let me look at the weather real quick for tomorrow. So let's see. Tomorrow's supposed to be high of 78 and 0 chance of rain, so that's good. Okay, so according to my weather, 6 p.m., so 8 o'clock is going to be around showtime. It's going to be like around 70 around showtime. So there is a very good chance we could be outdoors tomorrow night. There's a very good chance we could be outdoors. But don't be surprised or disappointed if we're inside. But we are back to doing outdoor gigs. Saturday is going to be the first outdoor gig of the summer. And then Sunday, I am back. Saturday, I am at Dingbats doing sound for Dream of the Archer, Heart Tribute Band, a Blondie Tribute Band, and another cover band. But come for Dream of the Archer. That band has been featured on my channel a few times, and they are musically and vocally probably the most talented band I've ever featured on my channel. They are so phenomenally good. I'm going to go ahead and say it. They sing Ann and Nancy Wilson almost as good as Ann and Nancy Wilson. So they're amazing. I can't wait for Saturday night. That's going to be an awesome gig at Dingbats. And it'll be the first time I'm using the M32, the new board at Dingbats. So that's going to be awesome. And then Sunday, I am back at Artie's for a matinee show with Bakersfield Country Band doing country covers. And then we have a bonus show on Monday. We have a bonus show You guys all love the pedal steels that are featured in the country bands that I do sound for and I stream. You guys all love the pedal steel. Well, guess what? We're going to have 6 of them on Monday. We're going to have a pedal steel extravaganza. There's going to be a full band behind them. We're going to have 6 different pedal steel players playing throughout the night. Every song's going to be heavily pedal steel influenced. So we're going to have a ton of pedal steel players on Monday. So I'm streaming tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days in a row, you're getting streaming content from me. And then June 1st, I'm going to unload a bukkake of fucking vlogs and standalone videos on my channel. And then hopefully the latest Mixdown Meltdown episode next week. Hopefully, if I can get around to editing. But then I'm going to take a little bit of time off besides my live streaming because I need to focus on packing up in here. I got to concentrate on packing up all my shit in here and moving it to my new apartment. Because we got the approval yesterday and we put the deposit down today. So it is official. We are signing the lease probably tomorrow morning. So I'm very... Now, also, with going to the doctor, I can finally figure out what the fuck is wrong with my cough because I definitely... These are not allergies anymore. I got something or I had something and it's lingering. So it's not COVID. I took a COVID test. I'm COVID negative. So I need to figure out what the fuck I have. So the doctor... Your boy is going to be a fucking lab rat for doctors. A full Chris Hamill audio streaming lineup. Yes, sir. 5 nights in a row. Let the money roll in. Certainly not money from YouTube, because I barely make shit on YouTube. Because my videos get constantly demonetized, copyright tagged, and unless it's a Mixdown Meltdown, not a lot of people watch. So, I need to upload a lot more content to earn like a decent chunk of change on YouTube. What really helps is if you guys feel compelled, click the super chat link right below the video and leave a super chat. If you leave a super chat, you're guaranteed a response from me on camera, which reminds me, I got to personally thank Dave, a bass player for life. He donated $10 in the last Crusader stream when I adjusted the camera for him, and I didn't acknowledge it, so sorry, buddy. He donated $10 in that stream, so thank you. Seal Night is going to be awesome. I've introduced a friend to your channel, and she's coming over Monday night for that. Yo, hold on. Did I just read this right? Am I not reading this? Am I reading this wrong? Please tell me if I'm reading this wrong. But maybe it's just because my mind's in the gutter. I've introduced a friend to your channel, and she is coming over Monday night for that. Did I just see Jesse T in the chat room say that there's going to be a Netflix and chill going on, and I'm the Netflix? Because if so, you just opened up Pandora's box, buddy. I'm going to do everything I can to say, hey, female friend of Jesse T, why don't you give him the old in-out routine? Why don't you polish his mic stand, if you know what I mean? YouTube and chill. Hams and chill. That's going to be fun. That's great. I may even like when the band stops playing a song, I may cut to my microphone and just go like, boom, boom, Jesse and his hot female friend getting on the couch. Might play the Deep Throat soundtrack. I'm sorry, buddy. You opened up Pandora's box with this, bro. If you're inviting a female friend over and you're both gonna watch my content, I'm now. I won't cock block you, but I'm gonna do everything I can to be a wingman. Okay, no, Jesse. Here's the thing: if you're trying to smash, I need to know from you in the chat room right now. Are you trying to smash? Like, are you trying to smash this girl? I need to know. Because if you are trying to smash, tell me right now, DM me, what do you want me to say? Jesse, come on, man. Why don't you go along with the bit? Haha, I have a girlfriend to YouTube and chill with. This is just a friend. Just a friend? Did you have to say to your chick, don't worry about her, she's just a friend, yet there's nothing to worry about? Because we all know what that really means. Anytime a chick said, in my illustrious, miserable dating history, anytime my girlfriend my girlfriends of years past have ever said to me, you don't have to worry about this guy, he's just a friend. It's literally you versus the guy she told you not to worry about, and it's like me next to fucking what's his face? What the hell is his name? Oh my god, it just left my head. The guy who played Superman. Holy shit, what the hell is his name? Henry Cavill, that's it. Jesus Christ. It's me and Henry Cavill. It's me and versus Jensen Ackles, the guy she told you not to worry about. It's just you and this friend alone? Because if so... She's also my girlfriend's friend. She's spending the night at my girlfriend's tonight. Bro! You and your chick don't even live together, and her friend is coming over to your place alone? Someone, if you know Jesse T's girlfriend, you might want to tell her. Actually, you know what? No. My man. Don't snitch. My man. I know what's really going on here. You're trying to play it cool. I should have seen it. I have underestimated your game, Mr. Jesse. Okay. Well, I hope your friend has a good time. And if your friend has any interest whatsoever, or your girlfriend comes back and you have a lot of fun, I need to know, because I want to give you guys a shout out to either spice up the moment or potentially cause an awkwardness, like I'm kind of doing right now. The things I focus on instead of actually doing my job. I've been on the air now for 45 minutes. I thought I was going to be halfway done by now, but no, I haven't even fucking started. Okay. We're good with this. My real estate photos for today have uploaded. Good, I can close that. My girlfriend is standing next to me right now. Oh, well, son of a bitch. Hi, Jesse T's girlfriend. I'm sorry. This is actually Jesse T's girlfriend. I don't know your name. You know what? I'm just going to call you Jesse also, because that's also a dude and girl's name. So, Jesse. See, Jesse T and I have been messaging, and we've become really, really close friends. Like, to the point where I'm almost going to invite him to my wedding. Like, we're that tight. And there's just an inside joke. He's not trying to smash your friend, who I'm sure is very sweet and lovely. He's not trying to do anything. This is just a joke between friends. I'm a degenerate pig. He's a great guy. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at him. I'm the one that's instigating all of this. And it's in my fucked up head. I'm the bad friend. I'm the Steven Stifler of this whole thing. And if you're too young to know who Steven Stifler is, I apologize. But we're tight. We're mates. And I'm just a bad friend trying to influence bad decisions. He's a great guy. And I'm sure he will be an utmost gentleman and have a strictly platonic evening with your hopefully attractive friend who's coming over to his place Monday night. Did I sell it good enough? Okay. All right. Oh, that's good. That's good, Diane. You know, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Why can't I find a woman like that? Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Jesse's chick's friend is just a friend. She's just a really good friend of mine. But then I invite her over to watch Chris Hamill audio on YouTube, and she's trying to do stuff. I can't make up words off the top of my head. But she's watching Chris Hamill with those eyes. She has a hot body, and she knows it. You know that I wish that I had Jesse's girl's girl. Friend. Oh, Wasteland, you doxed her, man. You just put her number in the chat room. 867-5309. Dude, what the fuck, man? No doxing allowed in my chat room. No doxing. Just because her phone number is the same number as of Hit 80 song doesn't give you the right to dox anybody. That's very rude. Do not call 867-5309. Someone very miserable is going to pick up that phone. Someone very miserable is going to pick up that line. And go like, pretend my number is 867-5309. Oh no, another one. Hello? 867-5309. Yeah, I know. And just hang up. That's like if your last name was something really mean. Like Shafart. Like if your last name was some like stupid thing like Shafart. And you become really successful in life and like your name is like Joseph Shafart. So your corporate email is j.shafart@companyname.com. And your phone number's at the bottom. And Joseph Shafart has the answer is, thank you for calling company. My name is Joseph Shafart. Yes, it really is that name. Because I would just call someone Shafart and my mind is that of a 9-year-old, so I would just laugh at him. My girlfriend and I are laughing our asses off. Okay, good. He's not trying to smash your friend. The real question is her name Jenny? Jenny! You gonna go make out in front of the fucking reflection pool in D.C. with Jenny? By the way, listen, I don't want to give Jenny in Forrest Gump that much hate because she really did have a really rough childhood. You know, the whole being molested by her dad and all. So, like, I can almost forgive her for having commitment issues. But you run out on my man Forrest Gump, like, how many times throughout his life? You don't deal with your shit until he gives you a kid, and all of a sudden now that you know you have AIDS, you call him. Little Forrest Jr. is at least 6, 7 years old. 6, 7 years old. And you suddenly call him up now after he spends years running around the country and say, hey, I'm dying. By the way, here's your son. And die. Jenny's kind of terrible. But not as bad as Rose from Titanic. Rose from Titanic is the absolute worst human being in any movie ever in the history of film. Rose is the worst human in any movie, and that includes movies with Hitler in it. Friend's name is Diane, not to be confused with Lucky C. Okay. You gonna sing fucking, see, too bad your name's not Jack. Because I can sing that stupid John Mellencamp song. With Jack and Diane. Rolling around. Rolling about. What was I saying? Yeah. I'll end on this. Watch Titanic again. Rose. In the span of a 3-hour movie. Not even. A 3-day. 3 days. She boards a Titanic, a spoiled rich bitch. I don't care if she's trying to get out of the cage and escape and she hates being rich. She's fucking rich. And she's hot. And she is marrying a guaranteed multimillionaire. She has it fucking made. She meets broke as fuck, jobless, probably stinks of booze and shit, Jack Dawson. But because this goes into real life too, in all life, women will gravitate to the dangerous, jobless, insane people if they make her laugh and he's got charisma. Women will throw away their entire families to get some charisma dick. And Rose does that. Cal is a piece of shit. I'm not saying that he is not without his faults. Cal is not a good man. But Rose sneaks behind him, fucks Jack in the back of a Studebaker, loves him, falls in love with him. The dick could not have been that good, where she falls in love with him and is willing to throw away her entire life because she got dicked in the back of a Studebaker. And then, not the fuck even, when she's old and Bill Paxton, poor Bill Paxton, he's the real victim in this movie. Bill Paxton is spending an ungodly amount of money hunting for the Heart of the Ocean necklace. And this fucking old bitch had it the whole goddamn movie. She wastes her time telling her entire story of how she was a whore and fell in love with Leonardo DiCaprio and cheated on her fiance. Albeit he's a piece of shit. Billy Zane's a bastard in this movie. I'm not disavowing him. I'm not acknowledging that. But Rose, an old woman, goes on Bill Paxton's boat with the Heart of the Ocean in her possession, knowing that at any time, and if you watch the beginning of the movie, you see that shit shack that she's doing pottery in. Clearly her daughter's taking care of her. She's living in a tiny-ass house. The family's probably not financially well off. She could have sold the Heart of the Ocean for an exorbitant amount of money and have given her whole family generational wealth to take care of everybody. But no, this selfish bitch keeps the Heart of the Ocean because it reminded her of a deep dicking that she got in a car on the fucking Titanic. That's why she keeps the fucking priceless necklace. Leonardo DiCaprio fucked some crazy into her. So she tells the whole story. They leave Titanic again, which God knows how much money it costs to dive down and look at the wreck for however long her story took. She brings all of her suitcases onto Bill Paxton's ship. So she's already inconveniencing Bill Paxton and his crew. And then, at the end of the movie, you see her. She absolutely dies on Bill Paxton's boat. And now Bill Paxton has to fill out the fucking paperwork and tell the authorities about how an old lady died on his boat. The insurance form is going to be this long that he has to fill out because old lady Rose died on his ship. And that's not after, in the theatrical version of the movie, she walks to the back of the ship when Bill Paxton has finally given up on finding the necklace. She has it, and then she just throws it in the ocean. She just throws it in the ocean. And suddenly she feels like, oh, there's closure. Oh my God, this woman angers me. And in the alternate ending of the movie, she's about to throw it away, and Bill Paxton and his crew see her, and they approach her, and they beg her not to do it. And then she does this whole like, my heart, my heart, my heart. And then he's like, I understand. I had to change your heart. It's a shitty alternate ending. And then she throws it away anyway. And then she fucking dies on his ship. Rose is the worst character in any movie I have ever seen. I think she has set women back several years with how the lead female interest has been portrayed in movies. She is so goddamn terrible. I hate Rose. I hate Titanic. My favorite part of the movie is when the ship sinks. That's how much I hate that movie. Oh, you know the scene where the guy's falling and the bottom half of his legs hits the propeller and he spins into the water? Oh, that's the best scene. I laugh every time I watch the movie. Every single time. When the ship snaps in half and the guy falls as the generators are short-circuiting out, he probably died of electrocution before he got pierced with a machine or hit the ocean and drowned. That makes me laugh. The real Arcanics, not to mention Rose also kept loving Jack even though she got married, and how many fuck ever kids. My point exactly. Bro. She got married, had at least one kid. Where's a husband? Probably dead, but like where's Rose is such a selfish bitch. I oh my God, she's so selfish. I hate her. If I had the heart of the ocean, I would sell it to a museum where it could be displayed like the Mona Lisa for the Louvre or whatever. I would sell it to a museum. I wouldn't sell it to the black market. I would sell it to a museum, but I would sell it for a price that would literally guarantee my family had generational wealth for generations to come. Instead of just throwing it away. Because it reminded you of a one-night stand that you had on a boat with a poor, jobless, like no money whatsoever, probably had lice in his hair. But because he made you laugh and he fucked your brains out, that's now literally your entire story. She is literally an embarrassment for the female species. I hate Rose. Okay. Sarah in the chat. Hi, I'm Jesse's girlfriend. Oh, great. So now Sarah made a little user and came into the chat. Okay. Your boyfriend and I are very tight. He's not trying to smash your friend. Tell me how really angry you are. Now we got to halt the flow. Because I need to explain. What that just now, that rant that I went on, it's called a bit. Or if you're into SNL, that's a skit, a sketch. It's a routine. I'm purposely getting explosively angry to generate reactions. The real me doesn't give a fuck about the movie. And I don't care if you like it or not. I just wanted to make a bit. I'm not really seething angry. If I'm seething angry about anything, it's the fact that literally type 2 diabetes is eating away at my vision. That's what I'm legitimately worried about. Fuck. Jesse T, hey babe, love you. Aw. Saps. Also, Mythbusters proved Jack could have survived on the door with. It's not a door. I have a friend of mine who is extremely autistic about this movie. It's not a door. It's a wall panel. It's not a door. She yells at me every time I mention door. But yes, you're correct. They could have put their life preservers underneath the panel, and Jack could have gotten on with her. But again, just another piece of evidence of how selfish Rose is. She fell in love with this man and let him freeze to death in the ocean. What else do I have to say about her? Whereas Ellen Ripley would literally sacrifice her entire life to save a child she just met. The alpha male colonial Marines who grew to respect her because she wasn't some bimbo who fucked Hicks on the first day. Ellen Ripley is what women should be portrayed as in movies. I would go to war for Ellen Ripley. You get Peak Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley. We're about to get killed by a bunch of xenomorph aliens. She comes in and is like, Hudson, I'm sick of your bullshit. And like pep talks everybody. I'm like, yes, ma'am. You're a civilian, but I'm a Marine, so I'm going to take in orders from you. You're a leader now. Ellen Ripley is a fucking badass bitch. And so is Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley are literally the two. I hate the term strong female character. I hate that phrase because it's usually coming at the cost of emasculating your male counterparts. But Ellen Ripley and Sarah Connor are, like, for lack of a better term, alpha female types that I would go to fucking war with. I would be proud to take orders from Ellen Ripley and Sarah Connor. Those two badasses are the best I've ever seen as far as how female portrayals are. She had great hair, though. That's a very minute point. Yes, Rose and Kate Winslet had amazing hair, and her tits look pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Kate Winslet looked hot. But that doesn't excuse it. I mean, I am a sucker for redheads. So, like, if a redhead was, like, blinking her eyes and like, hey, you know, smile at me at the bar and giving me the signal to ask her out. If a cute redhead did that, I don't know. My girlfriend doesn't watch my content, but okay. There may be a chance where your boy might risk everything. Or, and I know this is going to be a very hack answer. This is a very, very hack thing to say. But give me ScarJo in Iron Man 2. The first time you see her in her Black Widow outfit, with her hair looking like that, If this was smiling at me at the bar and I was out with my friends, I'd be like, if peak ScarJo, I'm not saying she's not peak now, she's still like a 10, but if ScarJo was at the bar and giving me the flirtatious signals, I would very strongly contemplate risking everything. It's that dumb dude inside. It's that dumb dude gene that we all have. Every man has a breaking point where they would like, I love my wife, I love my family, and I would literally sacrifice myself to save them. But if I had the chance to fuck insert celebrity here, I don't know if I would be able to. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I would not be able to fold. I couldn't do it. Jesse always talks highly about you, Chris. Because Jesse, okay, Sarah, love. Jesse and I are really cool friends. So much so that, he was telling me about, he told me about you, and he's talking about like how good you are, how happy he is with you. And he was actually like really nervous about, your friend coming over to just hang out. I told him, dude, keep it cool. Your whore of a friend is going to try to fuck your boyfriend. No, I'm just making it worse. It's going to be fine. You got to understand, I am a Neanderthal. If I hear a dude say, even if he's happily married, if a dude says to me, I'm having a girl come over to my place alone and we're watching videos / movies together, instantly my mind goes in places it should not go to. I'm kidding. Jesse's a cool follower, and he always has good hot takes in the chat, and he's a cool participant in my bullshit. Speaking of my bullshit, I've been on the air now for an hour, and this has been a very fun, chill session, but let's actually get to mixing. Let's get to actually, like, mixing, all right? You guys, I've tortured you guys long enough with this. Okay. So we are working on, I am trusting you people to be nice. I am popping out the chat. So whether you're watching me on Rumble, Rumble, YouTube, if you chat on either platform, I will be able to see the text come up in the chat. I am trusting you people to be nice and not degenerate pigs like me at the suggestion of a presumably very happily involved man with a very nice lady to cheat on her with her friend, even in joking form because I'm an asshole. So we are going to be doing some fine-tuning details because I was listening to this in a car. It sounds great. I played this in both of my cars because I got the Golf and the Mustang all back from the shop. They are all in perfect working order. I'm very happy. My Golf GTI has more of a upper mid-range and sharper sounding system. So it's great to hear vocals. It's great to hear the crack and the attack of guitar and drums. And my Mustang has more of a polished mid-range and very bassy subs. So I listen to the mixes in the Mustang to hear the low end, the kick and snare, the kick and bass balance, and the overall mid-range of the mix. So I played this mix on my phone, my iPad, both my cars, and it sounded great. So I think we're good. The only thing, I want to go over one last little thing, and also Connor gave me some notes about any revisions he may want. So, oh my God, I'm sorry. So we are going to be going over this with a fine-tooth comb and we're going to make sure that this is correct. And the only thing that Connor said that he wants a little bit more of is the double vocal in the verses. So that is what we're going to focus on. So I'm going to shut the fuck up. We're going to listen to the song as is right now, the whole way through. And we're going to address the note that Connor left. And then I'm going to make any notes about anything that I hear right now. And then we're going to call this song done.
grave now. Masquerade. Time, but I'm just falling down. All the same. Lying on your grave now. Masquerade. Time, but I'm just falling down. All the same. Lying on your grave now. Masquerade. Try, but I'm just falling down. All the same. Lying on your grave now.
Okay, so I'm listening at like just slightly above talking volume. Actually, you know what? Let me give you an accurate measurement of how loud it is in here.
Masquerade. Try, but I'm just falling down. All the same. Lying on your grave now.
Okay, so my dB meter on my phone is registering 70 dB, and the app that I use for this is about 10 dB too aggressive versus an actual like real like pro level dB meter. So 70 dB registering on this is really 60. So I'm having this mix play at roughly 60 dB. It's just over speaking volume. I think I'm talking right now louder than what the music's playing. So I'm going to now listen to the verses, and what I'm really focusing on is the level of the vocals compared to the instruments, because that's one of the things that I noticed. The verse vocals were a little bit louder than the chorus vocal, and I want them to be consistently blended. So I'm going to really be flipping between them at pretty loud volumes now. I'm going to aim for like 80 dB. Also, here's a trick. If you want to blend your vocals effortlessly, measure the RMS of your guitar and your vocal buses. If you get them roughly at the same level, you're pretty much balanced there. Also, if you turn off your drums and your instrument bus is relatively the same volume as your vocal bus, you're pretty much blended. Don't pay attention to where the meter actually is. Listen to how loud it is. If your vocal is as loud as your instruments without the drums, you're pretty much there. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there. So I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm not going to touch anything. Let's listen to it one more time, completely through, and I'm going to use this time to go to the bathroom. I'm very happy with that. Yeah. That addressed the one. Can we swap the verse double and the lead verse? What? I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, you want more double? Let's 9.4. Let's bring it to minus 8.4. And then this minus 4.8. There you go. That's a little bit more of the double effect. If you mean switch the verse and double vocal, like, dude, you recorded a consistent performance. Like,
Masquerade. Try, but I'm just falling down. All the same. Lying on your grave now.
like you didn't do anything different with this. You just literally doubled the same performance. So like there's no performance difference. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, that sounds pretty sick to me. He's trying to change your... Yeah, but, like, make the lead track... Like, okay, I don't think you're listening to me. Or I don't think you're understanding. Let me... Oh, Jesus Christ. I really fucking hate having to explain this shit. There is no difference from a performance standpoint between this track and this track.
Masquerade. Masquerade. All the same. Lying on your grave now.
Like, it sounds fucking identical. But let me but whatever, let me entertain this shit. If I have to now adjust all my levels, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Like, one may sound like like a tiny cunt hair of a bit cleaner. But like, you did the same exact thing. What is this automation that is constantly muting the fucking track? What the hell is this? Oh, okay. Okay, it's that.
Lying on your grave now. Grave now.
No, the fucking mute's supposed to be on the vocal verb. Why is this muted? It's supposed to be on the vocal verb, not the vocal repeater. What the fuck? How the hell did this get changed? Yo, is this a fucking bug in Logic?
Grave now.
I'm sorry, dude. It sounds exactly the same. But if you think that sounds better to you, then by all means, I'll fucking keep it. I don't care at this point. You like it, that's fine. Whatever, I'll keep it like that. It sounds exactly the same to me. There you go. Yeah, they're balanced now. Those are leveled out nicely. What I'm saying is, for the verses, the doubles is supposed to be the lead track. What? Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, now let's do that same fucking experiment all over again.
Try, but I'm just falling down all the same. Lying on your grave now. Masquerade. Masquerade. Try, but I'm just falling down all the same. Lying on your grave now. Masquerade. Try, but I'm just falling down all the same.
Dude, it's literally a repeat of the same fucking performance. Literally the same performance. This one is just louder than this one. So if I switch this, I'm going to have to readjust my levels all over again. So, all right, whatever. Let's fucking do it. All right. Now I got to fucking adjust this, which means now Vox double, this needs to be minus 7.4, and now this needs to be minus 5.8. choruses were fine. Let me switch that back. That's good. Now they're balanced again. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. There it goes. Now they're happy. Okay. Okay, I'm good enough with this to call this pretty much done. All right. Okay. Let's render this out. We're going to listen to this one more time, guys, because we love hearing it so much. We're going to render this out in real time so everyone can now get a sense of what the hopefully final mix is going to be. I need to fucking figure out how to spell fucking masquerade because I can't spell to save my life. If you gave me a fucking third grade level spelling test, I would fail. I can't spell anything to save my life. Yeah. Yeah, anything with QUs I always struggled with. All right. 528. Okay, here we go. Okay. That is that. Fantastic. Let me close this project. Okay. Do I still have my audio on OBS? Yes. Okay. So that's good for that one. Let's finalize mix 2, which is my mix of Zaki Ali's song Rain. I may lose audio here because OBS is weird. OBS is very weird with this, so we'll when I load up a new project, sometimes it jitters. Okay. So far so good. So far so good. Okay, let's play it real quick. Okay, we're good. Now, this mix I am absolutely happy with. I think if you asked me if this was done, I probably would have said yes. But there is one subtle thing about there, two very subtle things about this that it's not screaming perfection at me yet. One is the kick and bass balance. I need to concentrate a little bit on the low end. I may need to make one or two tiny micro adjustments. But the second one is the way the harmony guitars are in the bridge. Specifically the ones with the long decaying notes. So let's address one at a time here. Other than that, this is perfect. This is done. This sounds phenomenal on my phone. This sounds phenomenal in my cars. This sounds phenomenal on my iPad, on my speakers, on my TV, even on my goddamn cheap Apple AirPods. This mix sounds fantastic. Again, I'm not going to say that mine's better than Zaki's. I would never do that because I respect Zaki so much, not only as a musician, but as an audio engineer. The dude is literally walking with knowledge. But I will say my mix is just as good. That I will say. I'll never say my mix is better. That's up for you guys to decide. But I will say it's just as good. There's not a fucking doubt in my mind that this is just as good. Okay. Let's take a listen. And specifically, I'm gonna cut off and solo the low end. And I'm gonna compare it to Zaki's original mix. Yeah, I hear more bass in the low end than kick versus his. So let me make a tiny adjustment. High pass is at 37. Let's bring it up to 60. Okay. My kick drum is a little less than his, but that's just because I prefer mine to be a little bit lower. Zaki's mix, his kick drum is way up front. Like, it's one of the most dominant tracks in the mix, and that's just not my personal style. So I'm happy with that. Let's compare full frequency range of everything. All right, that's good now. Now let's go to the bridge where all of these harmony guitars are going. I'm not happy with this, so I just need to make level adjustments. That's it. Specifically with these harmony guitars right here. Those need to come up just a tiny, tiny bit because I lose them. So let's bring them up. Let's bring them up 1.5. Again, it just needs a little bit. I want to be able to hear the. I want to be able to hear that. Yep, that is right there where I want them now. Now I can hear them a little more clearly. Let's give it a little more context. I love having really talented friends. That sounds fucking nasty. Jesse T, you've got it sounding awesome. I downloaded the stems and I'm trying to get the courage to work on it. It's a beast. Yeah, bro, this song is... Dude, Zaki is a wild animal with this. And this is the best song on his album, in my opinion. Like, this has everything. Dave in the chat room, Chris, your skills are amazing. You are picking out the smallest things many would have overlooked. You absolutely do not settle for good enough. Yeah, thank you. And Connor saying this sounds fucking huge. Yeah, dude, I am so fucking happy with how this sounds. And the reason why I'm so obsessed with this specific song and why I'm putting so much time into this one, it's because I'm not settling for good enough. I'm not. If I settled for good enough, I wouldn't be able to confidently say that this mix is just as good as Zaki's. I wouldn't be able to confidently say to all the gear snobs that are inevitably going to look at this and go like, well, you obviously didn't mix good enough on analog. This is going to give me the confidence to look at the gear snobs and literally tell them to go fuck their mothers. Like, that's the purpose of this entire experiment, is to say to the gear snobs, I'm done dealing with your bullshit. And everyone who wants to start mixing, or at least give this an effort, is not going to settle for your snobbery, your douchebaggery, your elitism, and your straight up snobbery at anything that isn't a fucking Rupert Neve designed preamp or console that costs as much as a fucking house. You can get just as good, if not arguably better, results in the all digital front versus all analog. This proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt anymore. So to all the gear snobs who are going to inevitably say new coping mechanisms such as, well, my analog gear would have sounded better than Zaki's, or My ears have more experience than Zaki's and would still wipe the floor with your digital mix. Or my favorite. This is going to be my absolute fucking favorite coping mechanism. You didn't use good analog gear. That's going to be that third one is going to be the one that these cunt-faced McGillicuddies are going to say to excuse the fact that all digital sounds just as good as all analog. I'm tired of these selfish, egotistical, narcissistic cunts saying to all the newbie and wannabe sound engineers that they can't get a good sound unless they spend $500,000 on turning their room into a purpose-built studio with, lifted floors, double-plated glass windows, sound barriers in between the walls. Not spending $80,000 on a Neve console with some Neve preamps and $20,000 on microphones. I'm tired of these fucking people. We're going to listen to this one more time. Actually, two more times. I'm going to A and B. My mix, which is all digital, and Zaki's mix, all analog. Zaki even had this mix professionally mastered in a professional mastering analog room with an experienced mastering engineer. And I got my mix sounding just as good. I'm confident to say my mix is just as good as Zaki's. And we're going to prove it. It took a lot of time, it took a lot of patience, and it took a lot of frustration and revisions. But we got there, guys. We got there. We're going to listen to this now the whole way through, and I'm going to A and B, my mix, and Zaki's. We're going to start with Zaki's. And if you look down here, this track is Zaki's actual mix. And this isn't ripped from Spotify. This is the actual mastered wave file Zaki got from the mastering engineer. The only thing that I will concede on is this is slightly louder than mine. That's it. That is it. But now we're going to listen to the whole thing. When I solo this, you're listening to Zaki's mix. When I solo this track, you're listening to mine. You can't get a good mix unless you're on analog. My fucking ass. Oh my God, these gear snobs need to go fuck themselves into a fucking canyon. I rest my fucking case. Even then, with that comparison, there's one thing in his mix that I want to do now on mine. It's the leads. His were a little like more up in his mix. Yeah. That, like, even just adjusting the lead just a tiny bit there. I don't want to hear this ever again from people. This really, let me tell you, like, over the course of doing this whole YouTube thing, I am absolutely acknowledging the fact that I sometimes come off as abrasive. I sometimes come off as cold. I sometimes come off as, like, very Gordon Ramsay-like. I understand if I'm not for everyone. One thing that I have never been is a fucking liar. And I've never been dishonest with people. I challenge myself with this to really see if I can get the same stems that Zaki used in his mix and use those stems to make an all-digital mix sound just as good as his. I honestly did not fully believe that I could do it. There are a lot of people sometimes that say in my comments, that say in my chat, that DM me privately, and they say, Chris, you're really mad tonight, aren't you? When you guys can tell when I'm legitimately mad. One, it's because the tone of my voice changes, and you can instantly tell if I'm pissed. And two, it's when I say I'm fucking pissed. If I say I'm mad and I'm not giving a wink and a smile to it, I'm mad. There are very, very few things on this planet or in the world of sound and audio. There are very few things that genuinely, deeply piss me off. One that absolutely will piss me off every single time is when a gear snob trashes the band, trashes the instruments, trashes the gear, trashes the board, trashes the microphone, trashes anything about the production that I present to the audience, or anyone that presents a production to an audience, because it's not the gear that they use. You want to sit in a studio and use nothing but your $1 million of Neve consoles, Neve Pre's, Neumann U87s? Go for it. I encourage you to spend your fucking retirement on microphones and vintage gear. Go for it. God bless. Have at it. Me, who lives in reality, knows that you don't need any of that shit to capture a great recording. You need an amazing band playing their instruments incredibly well in a room that sounds good, specifically for drums. That is it. I have proved in this analog versus digital series that if you record the same drums, the same performance, same mics, same room, and the only difference are the preamps and the DACs that are capturing the audio. It doesn't matter if you're using Neve 1073 preamps into a Burl Mothership, which costs about $15,000. It doesn't matter if you're using a Wing Compact right there. It doesn't matter if you're using a $1,000 Tascam Model 24. It will sound exactly the fucking same. Because the DACs in your $1 million consoles are just about identical to the DACs that are in this SSL 2 Plus interface I'm talking to right now. I proved that. Myth busted. Someone superimposed a fucking Mythbusters logo on me right now. Myth busted. Myth 1 busted. Myth 2. You can absolutely hear the difference. No, you can't. You just can't. People commented on that video and they swore, hand to God, on their mother's fucking grave, I can hear the difference. No, you fucking can't. You absolutely... you absolutely fucking can't. The only reason why there was any slight difference in that initial drum test with the preamp differences is because I didn't get a chance to meticulously level match at tracking. And I did my best, to the best of my abilities, to level match in post before I presented each drum mix. The kick drum may have been a cunt hair louder in one. Therefore, people said, that's absolutely the best one. But when you listen to each track under a microscope, the differences are so fucking tiny and minuscule, you just won't tell the difference. And after that, I thought drums, they cover the entire frequency spectrum. I thought we were done. But no, these motherfuckers decided to come out of the woodwork and say, well, do a whole band. You'll tell the difference then. Okay, just did. What say you now, gear snobs? What say you now? How much more are you going to move the fucking goalpost before you pieces of shit admit that digital has gotten so good, it is as good as your analog gear? I literally just A and B'd Zaki's mix, which was mixed entirely in analog, mastered entirely in analog. Mastered by the same motherfucker who mastered the new 40 Below Summer record that Zaki mixed and produced. And I compared it to mine. completely digital. Clearly not in a mixing purpose-built room. Clearly not on the most expensive focal monitors in the world. I'm mixing on Yamaha HS ADMs that are almost 10 years old. I mixed and mastered it myself. The guitars on my mix are clearer sounding. Everything, in my opinion, has a more proper level balance. And you can hear every little nuance. I will never say that my mix is better than someone else's, because that will just drive a slippery slope down an ego drive that I don't want any business doing. But I will say, hand to God, on my family's grave, on my grandmother's grave, my mix is just as good. And if I were to give my mix to anyone, there is not anyone on this fucking planet that can listen to it and say, well, that's clearly all digital. I know, because I mix on Neve, blah, 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 Neve and API and SSL. I do not hate a lot of people. But when I was starting out and I was and like literally the only things I can get were a Tascam 1641 interface. I got 3 SM57s, and I used whatever mics I could get to just practice and record my buddy's band. We went from sounding like absolute hot dog shit through trial and error. Then I scooped the kick drum one day, and I boosted the top end, and we were like, holy shit, that sounds like a metal kick drum. Trial and error and just fucking around got me to where I'm at today. But when I was stumped and YouTube University couldn't help me, I signed up to recording.com, homerecording.net, I think, Gear Sluts, and all the other fucking forums on the internet. And every single time I posted a comment saying, hey, newbie here, just trying to get better. I have this vocal. I want to improve the sound. We're recording on a Dell laptop running Adobe Audition 3. Because, by the way, that's the DAW that I was using to learn how to mix. Adobe Audition. We were recording on Adobe Audition 3 in a Tascam 1641 interface. And the vocal was, I think, an SM57 or an SM58. We used blankets and mattresses to deaden the basement as much as we could. And this is the best that we can get. How can we take it to the next level? Or any EQ tips, any compression tips, any tips that like to help improve. And every single time I would post something like that on every single one of these forums, someone would reply with the following. I'm going to try, I'm not going to quote verbatim here, but they would all say the following. One person would say, well, not for nothing, but you should just quit while you're ahead. You shouldn't do this. It's clearly not for you. If you really want to take this seriously, you need to spend at least $120,000 lifting your floor, reinforcing your floor, your walls for sound acoustics. You need to put bass traps in your corners of the rooms. You need to basically reconstruct your whole basement of your house to convert it into a purpose-built recording studio. Then once you spend about 6 figures doing that, then you need the actual equipment. You can't record pro audio without a Neve preamp. You can't record pro audio without a Neumann U87. And then once you spend another 6 figures worth of money on gear, then maybe, just maybe, you can get your mediocre band sounding halfway decent. Because here in Detroit, where hits are made, one person actually said that. I'll never forget this. And I'll shout out this motherfucker specifically. The user is Remy Rad. REMYRAD. Person has a YouTube channel. This motherfucker, specifically on recording.org, years ago, throughout this ego trip. I'm from Detroit, you know, where hits are made. And I'll never forget it. I will never forget reading that. And it was an entire fucking essay of diatribe about how I need to spend $500,000 at least to just get a professional sound. That's one person. The next gear snob that would come in would just say, you record this in a Tascam? No wonder. And provide no other context. Then the third person. This is a third type of gear snob. The kind that starts their comment off saying, guys, you're all wrong. And here I am thinking, oh, he's here to say, hey, don't beat up on the guy. This guy would come in, type 3 gear snob, would say, you're all wrong. What OP really needs, original poster, what OP really needs is an API 2500 because that compressor will get the vocal blah, blah, blah. And we just go on and sell their own gear snobbery to argue with the Neve gear snob. And then it would turn into a 20-comment thread, at least, of people arguing and measuring their fucking tiny dicks when it comes to their equipment. And at that point, no one answers my question. And I just quit the forum. I quit. A couple months would go by. I would find another forum that I wasn't enraged with before. Recording.org. Remy Rad. Real user. Real person. Remy Rad was a piece of shit to me. Okay, let's try Gear Sluts. Same fucking diatribe every single time. And then from there on, for everyone who has ever said, wow, Chris, you must be mad. When I'm not mad, let me tell you, this shit, this gear snobbery behavior, this legitimately pisses me off. I am very lucky that I am a stubborn, anal retentive perfectionist, and I'm also as much of an asshole as these people. At least I can be as much of an asshole. I grew up with Opie and Anthony and Howard Stern. I can verbally jab with the best of them. And I interned for Opie and Anthony when I was much fatter. And the verbal abuse I took at that place, nothing can genuinely hurt my feelings. But gear snobbery? How many people didn't start doing this? How many people didn't pursue this hobby, this passion, this career path? Whatever level of interest you had with sound and production and audio, whatever level of interest you had with this field, how many people were turned away and never gave it a shot because of pieces of shit like Remy Rad and other goddamn douchebags that flaunt their gear on Gear Sluts, Recording.com, and all these forums? You want to know what really pisses me off? That shit gets under my skin. That shit pisses me off. So if you want to say that this has been a vendetta, I will absolutely accept that comment from you people. If you were to say this is nothing more than a vendetta, you bet your fucking ass it is. Part of it is. So, all right. That legit anger rant over. You want to know why I'm so anti-gear snob? That. Bullshit like that. Okay. Let's finalize this mix once and for all. Where we're going to listen to it all. And we are going to listen to my whole results. Sarvanauta's checking out on Rumble. Thanks for checking it out, buddy. I appreciate it. Howdy, Hammy. Sorry I'm late. All good, my friend. I appreciate it. Let's listen to this once and for all and call this done. We heard the A and B. Now let's just listen to my results. Hamel Rain Mix 3. Enjoy. I'll say it again. Can't get a good mix unless it's analog. Suck my dick. Eat my ass and go fuck yourself. Gear snobs. That sounds fucking amazing. And I'm so beyond happy with how that came out. Yeah. This was a fun experiment, and it legitimately was a fun challenge. My conclusions with this experiment. I am willing to bet, having not mixed this song using analog gear, I am willing to bet that dialing in a mix on the real things, on the real analog tools, is probably easier. That's one thing I will absolutely give to analog gear. It is probably a hell of a lot easier to dial in a sound and say, oh, yeah, that sounds good. Whereas in a digital, if you push it just a tiny bit too much, it destroys the signal. So I'll give the analog people that. But with time and patience and a lot of revisions, meticulous adjustments, you can absolutely get a fantastic sound using nothing but digital plugins. You do not need to spend thousands of dollars on analog. So, hello to the late people who came in and checked out the stream. I genuinely appreciate it. I genuinely I'm genuinely happy that you guys checked out the stream. But unfortunately, I'm checking out. It's midnight. I don't even know if my friend Mersh is live. Hold on. Is Mersh even still live? Yes, he is. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, boy. He's got Ethan Ralph and Scarlett Hampton talk. Oh, God. This is going to be a fucking disaster. By that, I mean must-watch TV. We're going to raid my pal Mersh. And I'm going to rewind his stream and we'll start from the beginning as I drive down to the hotel that my chick is currently staying at, because she currently does not have a place of residence. And first thing tomorrow morning, we are going to go to the offices of our new apartment complex. We're going to pay the security deposit and first month's rent. And then we're probably, I think, going to get the keys to our apartment. Very exciting. Or at least we're going to get access to it to measure so we can start ordering furniture. Big thing. And then I need to go to a storage facility that is garage purpose for vehicles and finalize a deal to store the Mustang in a climate-controlled storage space. Finally. And then I have a real estate listing that I need to go to before I go to Artie's, where I will be there for the band Flying Blind. Cover band is going to be at Artie's tomorrow night. And I'll be live again tomorrow night. So do not fear. I will be live the next 4 nights in a row. I'm live tomorrow night with Flying Blind cover band. I am live Saturday night at Dingbats on the new M32 console with my good friends in Dream of the Archer, Heart Tribute Band. There's also going to be a Blondie cover band and another cover band on that show. So 3 bands, but stay around for Dream of the Archer. You will not regret it, I promise. Then I'm live again on Sunday for Bakersfield Country Covers. Bakersfield Band Country Covers. That's going to be a good show. They're a very talented band. Even if you're not a country fan, you should just check out the stream because they're really good. And then Monday, I will be live for a festival of pedal steel players. So there's going to be 6 pedal steel guitars on the stage. And there's going to be a band playing a bunch of songs. I think it's a Bakersfield band again, or members of the Bakersfield band. And we're going to be celebrating the great sound of the pedal steel. So if you like that sound and you like country, Sunday and Monday are for you. Tomorrow will be good cover band. Saturday will be Dream of the Archer, probably next to Dead Again Typo Negative tribute. Dream of the Archer is probably my favorite tribute band that I've ever featured on the channel. And if you're a fan of Heart, you're not going to want to miss it. Sunday, Bakersfield Country Band. Monday, Pedal Steel Celebration Festival. And then June 2nd, I will have 3 vlogs ready to go. 3 vlogs in one day. And then possibly Thursday, I'll have a new episode of Mixed Sound Meltdown. My going to fix the church's sound system a la Gordon Ramsay stealing that whole Kitchen Nightmare shtick video series. So look out for that. Okay, that's enough self-promotion. And I think you guys are are tired enough of hearing me ramble on. Yeah, I got much needed steam out of my system because I'm gonna end on this. Fuck you, gear snobs. Fuck all of you. We're gonna raid our friend Mersh. He is live. Failed to start raid. Oh God. Is he live anymore? Oh no, did his stream cut out? Oh, bro. No. All right, hold on. I'm sorry, dude. All right, let me at least put Mersh's channel in Oh no, there's going to be a part 2. Okay. Okay, he's going to be live again. Good. Raid URL confirm. Okay. Go watch my pal Mersh. He's a very funny dude. And let's have some fun laughing at the assholes of the internet. So, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. And yeah, a lot of exciting things happening in my personal life. I'm very happy for that. So, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, which will be tomorrow night. Bye.